live here on Hot Tag Takes on HamiltonRadio.net channel HR2. I am your host, John BRECKO, and I need to find a safer way to headbang in the beginning of the show because, god damn, last week I felt like my brain was coming out of my head. I feel like I was inside the game of Call of Duty and somebody just quick scoped the shit out of my skull. I feel like it was out on the table. I felt like they were operating me like I was in Saw 7. It was a mess. I almost looked like a mess. I almost looked like I splattered the mess on this table. Woo-wee!
It's catching up to you, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I'm getting old.
You can't bang like you were in 20.
Man.
You got to bang like you're 30 with some preparation H.
Yeah, man. I can still bang like I'm 20, but it just depends on where. You know what I'm saying? Hey yo! Shout out to Abby when I get home. Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, behave.
Oh, behave, baby. I will not. Not at all. Ruben, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm glad I 2 shows that I did. One comes out Sunday, and I did, as you saw me recording earlier, the Elsbeth.
Yeah.
Because I'm in 2 scenes.
Yeah, this man was just sitting here watching himself like a fucking arrogant prick. You should have seen
That's
him.
right.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
Ruben is the only person I know that will go out of his way to not just hear himself talk, but to watch himself do nothing in a seat on a TV
how many times
show.
can you watch yourself on CBS, right?
I mean, apparently you a lot. I was just fucking watching you do it. You had no problem doing that.
That's right. And then I'm going to be Sunday. Supposedly, I'm going to.
He wants to brag about himself so bad he doesn't know where to start.
This is no longer hot.
Donald Trump would be jealous of this man right
That's
now.
right.
Oh man.
Yeah, I got I Love LA with this girl Rachel Sennott. So
that's good.
See what happens if I'm actually in the film.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
That's 2 on 2.
But anyways, I want to talk about a couple things before we get into the topics of today's show, which will mostly be sports. But before we get into that, make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. We are about 50 people away from 22,000 subscribers.
Yes. But
exactly
we're
49. Just saying. Go ahead, Darren. Darren Silver is here, by the way.
Yeah, I'm here. Our guest, I thought our guest fell asleep, but I just sent the link to him.
Is he here?
I'm waiting for him to click it.
So, do you know if he is awake now or not?
He just sent me a message literally 1 minute ago.
So he is awake.
He is awake, exactly.
Unless he sleep types like some kind of asshole.
I don't know. He sent me a video, so I don't.
I've never seen anybody do that before. You sleep record yourself? That's new. Listen, all I'm gonna say is I took a shit in my sleep one time. I don't even remember it. He actually did a cool video for Hot Tag Takes. That's what was taking him so long. Oh, he did a video for it?
Yeah, he already did it, edited and everything. We did a little pregame.
And you thought he was asleep. You accused this man of being asleep.
Well, because he's got an iPhone and it said notification silenced, so I thought he was going to bed.
Yeah, because he wanted you to shut the fuck up, Darren. This man kept bothering him.
John, I'm about to put you on mute. I'm about to mute your contacts. So then when you say, hey, can you join this meeting? Hey, can you join this? I didn't see it. The iPhone. I'm going to blame Steve Jobs. I didn't get it.
This man is going to mute me in the middle of the show that he's on. You hear this asinine shit that he's saying?
He's going to mute you.
I've never... Listen, I haven't heard
that's,
of any...
That's a whole new meaning of shut the hell up.
I haven't heard of anybody doing any shit like that since Hamilton Radio. All right? So, you know, the station I'm at right now, I've seen that happen to people before, actually. I'm not even lying.
What, they just mute some of the hosts? They're just like, yeah, you're talking too much.
Yeah, people kept talking shit to the producer, so he was just like, boop.
That's right.
That's why we got to
created dead air on his own station.
That's why we have to be good to our producer Ruben.
Nah, I'm gonna make fun of him.
He's gonna do it anyway.
I'm gonna make fun of him, huh?
I'm gonna make so many jokes about that head. I'm gonna come over there, spit shine it, wait for a genie to come out. I'm waiting for Aladdin to just pop out of your head, bro. I'm waiting for Will Smith to grant me 3 wishes.
Yeah, shit, those are my wishes.
Listen, if Will Smith came out of your head as the genie from Aladdin and tried to grant me 3 wishes, the first one would be that I wish he would slap Chris Rock again. Just because that would be hilarious.
You waste a whole wish on slapping Chris Rock.
Just to relive that moment. Then everybody can roast Will Smith all over again.
Well, how about
we can get all the memes of him slapping Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson back. We can get all that stuff back.
Well, here's the thing. Why don't you wish for unlimited wishes?
I mean, if we did that, it wouldn't make it interesting.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, common sense would dictate that you would do that. But at the same time, like, if you're going to talk about it in, like, a context of that, like, if you just say unlimited wishes, then we're going to be here sitting talking for days about all the wishes that you would make. And there's only so long that I want to listen to Ruben Rodriguez, is all I'm saying.
All right, John.
We could. See,
I got to update.
He's waiting for Ruben to click that button.
No, I'm not. No, our guest, I guess he has to download Zoom, and he's like, I'm going to bed. He's like, I'll join later in the next couple episodes. So I was like, all right.
Okay.
We'll get him in the future. It's all good. I sent a thing to somebody else though, so maybe somebody will join. But fuck it, let's talk sports. We didn't get to talk about Week 15 on
No,
Big
we
Boy.
didn't. We talked so much about John Cena's last match that we didn't get a chance to talk about it. But I'm not mad about it. There's a lot of different directions you can go with John Cena's match. Before we talk about Week 15, though, I do just want to say, if you don't get a chance to hear us talk about sports on Hamilton Radio, when we get a chance to do that, we may also be replaying it on the Can You Dig Sports Radio Network. Our broadcast will be going up there, and when we have comedians on, we may do a segment on there called Comedy Spotlight as well. I have to ask for that, but this might be a possibility in the future. And believe it or not, don't, count me out of doing it. I will try to find a chance to do it, but I am still working on getting things for our Patreon up and running. It's just my time is limited at best, and it hasn't been a current focus at the moment, and I'm hoping it will soon be more of one. So if you are waiting for more things to pop up on that Patreon, don't give up on me. It is a plan for me to do that. So just wanted to clear up those things, possibly announce those things as well. And with that, let's get into Week 15, starting with last Thursday's night football game, which had a lot more stories than you would expect, simply due to the fact that the Buccaneers seem like they're imploding in the 2025 NFL season. This was arguably, at first, the hottest start to a season that Baker Mayfield has ever had. He was in the running for the MVP conversation. I believe they were 6-1 at one point, and I believe they've lost now 6 of their last 7 games. So they have completely flip-flopped since then, since their 6-1 start with a 1-6 record. And the, I think, most disheartening part about this is that their loss came to, coming into the game, the 4-9 Falcons. And it was a comeback victory as well. The Falcons scored 15 points in the fourth quarter to overcome the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 29-28. Kirk Cousins went for 30 for 44 for 373 yards and 3 touchdowns. Mind you, by the way, this is the same Kirk Cousins that was benched last year for a rookie quarterback. So
I like that.
I wanted to put that out there. And what sucks about it this doesn't suck for the Falcons. This sucks for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is Kyle Pitts had an absolutely stellar game, 11 receptions for 166 yards and 3 touchdowns. Mike Evans had close to that number of yards, which sucks for him, on almost half the receptions. And, especially with the start that Baker Mayfield got off to, this is a shame for him as well as the rest of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. And I got to put more of this, honestly, on the defense. And Todd Bowles even did the same in his press conference. Called out the defense, accused people of not wanting it enough, not caring enough, and it's something that you never hear Todd Bowles do. He was cursing his players out in the middle of that press conference and using the media to do it. It's something you don't normally see a coach do. It's not something you normally see Todd Bowles do, which is why it's so shocking. But considering the collapse that they've been on, I do think it is 100% warranted. And when collapses like this happen, jobs and livelihoods end up being on the line from that. So, again, I think it's warranted, and I think it's somebody who has tried to take control of a situation that has ended up as a collapse, and this is the result of that when the situation keeps imploding. So I do kind of want to know your thoughts on the situation because this was the big story that came out of that game.
Here's what I'm gonna say when it comes to the Buccaneers this year. You had Bucky Irving. He got injured and was out for a while, so that disrupts the offense. Even though they was winning, they were still winning games without him.
A lot of people were injured, by the way.
That's what I'm saying.
Mike Evans was injured. Chris Godwin was injured. I believe they had their top 3 receivers at one point all injured.
And then Baker got banged up.
I think the offensive line was injured as well, too.
And so the thing is, they was winning, but then you got critical people getting hurt right and left. And then it's like each week you have to basically come out with a new offense. You got a new game plan. You got one guy out and you got to, and I know it's next man up. It's NFL, that's why they get paid the big bucks to adjust. But I don't know. I mean, and it's the NFC South. I mean, let's be honest. Has the NFC South ever been one team just blowing people out, and kicking ass? I mean, the last time the NFC South was consistent with a really good record, that's the Bucks with Brady. I mean, those teams, it's a coin flip who's going to win each year.
NFC South.
So, NFC South.
Oh yeah. Bucks with Brady. You're right. I'm sorry.
No, I mean
you forget he was on the Bucks for a few years.
Oh yeah, no.
Kind of funny because they won a Super Bowl with him, but
and they did. No, I mean, and the NFC South is one of those divisions where it's anything can happen. Just like how the NFC East. I mean, I know now it's it's pretty much a clear favorite. It's probably the Eagles, but for a long time it was a toss up. Back when before it was the Commanders were the Commanders, it was you don't know who's going to win. You go into Week 16, and it's any team could win the the NFC East. I mean, the only divisions that I feel is a clear is I don't know, this year it's been any division, but in the past it's been the Steelers. The Steelers are gonna do good in the AFC North, or the Ravens are gonna do good, and then you got on the AFC East, you got the Bills and the Patriots. They're gonna do good, but then anybody else in any of these other divisions is kind of who knows?
The teams that are leading right now, I just want to say, are more than likely to win. I think the games that are the divisions that, still don't have as clear of a winner, I'm going to put the Bears and the Packers in that mix because the Bears are only a half game ahead of the Packers. The Bears are 10-4. The Packers are 9-4-1. You've got the Buccaneers and the Panthers, which are tied for the lead right now, both with a 7-7 record. And then you have the Rams and the Seahawks both at 11-3, tied for the division crowd. You do have the 49ers, who have a 10-4 record as well. But, it's kind of funny, man. You could possibly see the 49ers on the outside looking in being an 11-12 win team, which is crazy to me. The
No,
fact that you
exactly.
can win that many games in one season and still miss the playoffs.
And that's
Like, that would probably be the worst miss since the Patriots missed in 08 with an 11-5 record.
No, exactly, man. And that's the thing. Like, I get it. You want to like let the division. You want to let the division winners. You want to let them in. Like, it makes sense. Oh, you won the division. But man, I wish it was kind of like an NBA scenario. You know what I mean? Let the top teams in. It doesn't matter what divisions. Hell, if you got you know if all of the NFC North or not NFC North, the NFC West, if that whole division got in, let's see, you got the Rams, Seahawks, 49ers, besides the Cardinals, obviously. The Cardinals suck ass. But if three teams get in there and then, three teams from another division get in and, some of these other guys don't get in, I don't feel bad about it. I think it should be the best of the best. Let the best teams in. And if you go 11, 12 wins and you're telling me you don't make the playoffs, that's ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. Even if the Lions somehow come and win the division and yet the 49ers, they don't make it just because, they didn't win the division, it's like even me as a Lions fan, I'm like, if they don't have a better record, don't let them in. Now, if they, that's like with the Buccaneers. Like I don't think nobody wants to see any of those teams in the. I mean, I know, yeah, before the imploding, before the implosion, the Buccaneers were doing good, but with right now with them sucking, I don't think anybody wants to see the Buccaneers in the playoffs, especially when it's probably going to be a first round exit. Yeah, I know. Years ago, you had the Giants that barely got in, and then they go to the Super Bowl and they take down Brady. Yeah, it does happen, but it's just I don't know.
I do also want to say this. I do feel like the AFC teams, their divisions are a little bit more likely to be locked up. I do feel like the Patriots are going to win their division because the Bills were the only really hard game on their schedule. I do think the Patriots are going to win out the rest of the way. As far as the Steelers go, the Ravens could possibly make a run at winning the division, but I do think with the way the Steelers have been playing the last couple of weeks, they will manage to find a way to hold on. And I do think Lamar has been battling through his hamstring injury, though he has looked better the last couple of weeks on that hamstring, especially in the last game. But we shall see how the next few weeks go with that. The Texans could potentially catch the Jaguars, who have a new head coach in Liam Cohen, who's got Trevor Lawrence playing the best that he ever has on the NFL level. But at the same time, the Texans also have been 9-2 since their 0-3 start. So I do think the Jaguars are a little bit more likely to win the division, but out of those three, they're the ones who I could see the team that's behind them catching them. I think they're the most likely. I think the Broncos have the AFC West locked up.
Oh, 100%. I agree with you on
That could potentially be wrong. I don't think it is. I think Bo Nix would really have to struggle down the stretch for that to happen because the defense can come through for Bo Nix when they need to, and they have on several occasions this season. Bo Nix has been able to do the same thing when he's needed to, and excuse me, this team has managed to keep winning. So that's not something that can be ignored and should very much be pointed out. But I do think that the Broncos and the Eagles definitely have their divisions locked up, especially the Eagles, because the Eagles have to lose out and the Cowboys have to win out. So
yeah,
let me just throw that out there.
Yeah, the Cowboys are done. They're not winning out.
No, it's over. You have a 3-game lead with 3 games left. I think that's maybe happened in the 100-year history of the NFL maybe once. Like, you're not winning that division. The likelihood is I don't even know, but like there's a decimal with some zeros in there. I think, in my opinion. But yeah, those are the division standings, and that's how I think they're going. We also got a couple of shutouts this week. First of all, let's throw that out there. Teams were hitting shutouts. They were pitching shutouts the way I want to pitch a tent when I get home. You know what I'm saying? The Ravens pitched a shutout against the Bengals, 24-0, and also my Eagles pitched a shutout against the Raiders. That's a lot less spectacular, but 31-0. And we obviously don't need to talk about the Raiders. We know what they are. Pete Carroll's not going to last in there. His time is pretty much up, and they have no pieces that are going to take them anywhere. I don't see Ashton Genty doing really much on the NFL level, especially after the end of this season. And the only notable player, I think, from the Ravens that
Well,
I think
hold on. Wait, you trying to say you don't see Ashton Genty doing anything next year?
with the team he's on?
I mean,
Not
I
really.
don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. And then they still got Max Crosby on defense. So,
I was just about to bring up Max Crosby before you interrupted me. I was going to say the only notable player they have is Max Crosby. It's like the Cleveland Browns with Myles Garrett. Shedeur Sanders is notable for the wrong reasons.
I don't know, man. I still think Genty. I'd like to see him on another team, but I still think he's going to have a good career in the NFL. I think he's got some promise in him.
I don't see it. Not on the Raiders right now. I just don't.
I don't know. I think if they get an O-line next year, I think he'll have some running.
Maybe. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying I just don't see it at the moment. If he does get an O-line, things can change. Protection can change a lot for a lot of running backs.
Oh yeah.
So
they just need a Trojan.
Counting it out. I just don't see it personally. In my humble opinion.
Just get the Raiders some Trojans and they'll be good to go.
You got to use those Trojans, man.
That's what I'm saying. They got to use them.
You
they got to use
those Trojans and make those D linemen pull out. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I know what you're saying.
I got to make sure their pull-out game is strong, Darren.
I know what you're saying, Chris Collins.
Let them know you got the horses in the back. Yeah, buddy. But in that game, Joe Burrow threw 25 of 39 for 225 yards and 2 interceptions. Lamar Jackson, on the other hand, much more efficient with the football. Derrick Henry had 11 carries for 100 yards. I don't know why you don't have Derrick Henry carry the ball more, but he did pitch a shutout, so people are not going to say all that much. And since the 1-5 start, they have gone 6-2. So we can't ignore that. But at the same time, what I think the real story of this is Joe Burrow talked about how if he keeps doing this, which this we're assuming is people playing for the Bengals, he has to have fun doing it, which means basically that he's getting beat up and it's causing him not to have fun because, for a simple fact, it's not fun to get beat up. Nobody wants to get beat up. Nobody has fun getting beaten up. Even fighters don't have fun getting beaten up. They have fun beating people up. They do the beating. They don't take the beating. And Joe Burrow kind of seems like, from what he's saying in the media, that he doesn't want to be a part of the Bengals, that he's not happy, that he's not getting the results that he needs, and that he wants to go to a team where results can be achieved. And me personally, I don't think they could be achieved in Cincinnati. When Joe Burrow went into the NFL draft, I saw Joe Burrow being a talented enough quarterback to make the Bengals respectable. And
Joe Burrow to the Raiders.
Well, let me just say that he's even exceeded my expectations because he took them to back-to-back AFC championship games and he even took them to a Super Bowl one of those years. And he beat the Chiefs to do it. And in the year that he lost, he just barely lost to the Chiefs, and it wasn't his fault. It was a horse collar penalty that really sealed the deal for that game. So, again, Joe Burrow has exceeded my expectations for what he has done for the city of Cincinnati, but at the same time, they've missed the playoffs 3 straight years, and Joe Burrow has continued and continued and continued to get injured, playing behind a incompetent offensive line, and even when he has been out there, he has had an even more incompetent defense that's letting him down. He's got a defense that's not coached well. He has to rely on a defense that has had to make coaching changes, and over the last few years, it's been a rough it's been rough sledding for Joe Burrow. Do you think that Joe Burrow should try to find another team, which should absolutely not be the Raiders? I don't even know why you wanted to make that comment. You should be drug tested if you think he should go to the Raiders.
I mean, here's the thing. Reason I'm saying the Raiders. I'm either
Not
saying
the Raiders, no.
hold on. I got 2 options
So
for him.
many better teams.
Either the Raiders or Miami.
Miami's a better option than the Raiders.
Hey, I'm just saying, Joe Burrows, I think he's one of those guys. He's a flashy kind of guy. And even if, here's the thing, he said whether he's not having fun doing it, I mean, yeah, I get it. You mean on the play and on the field, but at the same time, he wants to be in the limelight. He wants to have the attention on him. He wants everybody to look at him. Hey, I'm Joe Burrow. I'm Joe Cool. Look at me. And cities, can he do that
The
in?
coolest Joe since Joe Namath.
I mean, he can do it in Miami or he can do it in Las Vegas. Those are 2 cities.
Well, let me just ask you this, because Tua Tagovailoa's cap situation would make you think that he's going to be the quarterback for Miami next year.
No, they just moved him down to the 3rd string. He's the 3rd string now. He's not even the backup.
Is he?
Yeah, they literally moved him
Hold on.
from.
Hold on. They
Look
had,
it up.
They had a game this week. Just give me a second.
They had a game on Monday.
Bull, you're lying. He started that game.
Yeah, he started, but look at it now. Look at it now. Where is it on the depth chart? He's the 3rd string quarterback now. Zach Wilson's the backup.
Hold on. Dolphins.
Look it up. Look up your.
I'll take a look at it.
And even if Tua was your starter, I don't give a damn about the cap space. Tua, he hasn't been playing good. He hasn't been playing good. He's too injury prone. At this point, it's a sunk cost. You get rid of him. If you want to win, if you're Miami, and I don't even like the Dolphins, but if you like Miami, you got to cut him. You got to cut your losses, and hey, maybe Tua will be a backup in the league. Maybe he'll be the next Mariota, but Tua isn't.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's not a starter in the NFL. He's not.
Well,
NFL
I agree with that now. And honestly, I feel bad, too, because with his history, he may not get signed at all.
That's what I'm saying. He's pretty much he's basically about to be in the soup kitchen of the NFL. And so you get Joe Burrow, you get him in Miami, you get Hill back. If you sign Waddle, you re-sign him if he's still on the team, you got weapons and you got running backs. Defense a little shaky for Miami.
Joe Burrow with Jaden Waddle and Tyreek Hill.
I'm just saying that could be, but I'm also, like I said.
But do they have salary cap space?
I mean, I don't.
That's what we need to know.
I don't know. I'm not playing NFL franchise mode. I'm just saying what makes the most sense. Also, you see if you got him in Las Vegas, which I know you're like, Las Vegas. You got Brock Bowers. You got Genty to run the ball. You just gotta clean some stuff up. And I mean, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I don't know. It's crazy. But if he's gonna leave, those are the 2 options I see making the most sense. Honestly, I don't think he is gonna leave. I think he's still gonna stay in Cincinnati. I think it was more
I
hope
he doesn't. I hope he gets out of there.
I mean, I don't know.
It's not. Here's the thing too, though. It's not simple for Joe Burrow to leave because Cincinnati's not going to want to get rid of him.
Exactly.
So that's going to make it extremely difficult for him to leave, and it's going to take a lot for him to get teams to start being able to call Cincy enough for them to be able to pick up the phone to even agree to a trade. And you're gonna have to give up the farm to get Joe Burrow. You're talking probably 4 first-round picks. You're probably talking players. Like, teams are gonna have to give up a lot of stuff to get a Joe Burrow. And not every team needs that. And if the Bengals don't agree to it, it's not going to happen. They waited to sign Trey Hendrickson 2 days until the NFL season started, or what it felt like was around that. It was when it was about to start. What do you think they're going to do with Joe Burrow?
No, exactly.
How tightly do you think they're going to hang on to Joe Burrow if they took that long to sign Trey Hendrickson?
No, exactly. No, I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be a clean. I'm not saying it's going to, oh, yeah, it's easy. It's not going to be an easy task. I'm just saying if there's a place that he's going to go, the places that make sense, you know.
I agree. I agree with that.
On just the what makes sense. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, personally, I like him in Cincinnati. It gives Cincinnati buzz. I don't know. It's when has Cincinnati been good in the last 10 years? You know what I mean? It's like
very true.
You had some, a little bit of Andy Dalton, a little bit of glimmer here or there, but not enough to. I think the last time they was even decent is you had Carson Palmer. Carson Palmer getting him to the playoffs,
and he said he would rather retire than go back to play for the Bengals because they weren't protecting him. People are comparing Joe Burrow also to Andrew Luck. In my opinion, I think Carson Palmer is the more relevant comparison because he was a Bengals quarterback. Andrew Luck is relevant as well because he was getting beaten up. By the way, Joe Burrow is getting beaten up worse than Andrew Luck did. Andrew Luck played 13. Hold on. Andrew Luck played 13 less games, and Joe Burrow has been sacked about 30 more times. That's how bad Joe Burrow is getting beaten up out there.
Yeah, but at the same time,
Joe Burrow is getting beaten up the way Larry Holmes was beaten up on Muhammad Ali. That's the level of beaten up Joe Burrow's getting because of the Bengals' offensive line. I apologize for interrupting.
No, you're fine. But the thing is with Luck, Luck's a little bit different, man. He was out there playing with a lacerated kidney, dude. Like, he was over there, like, injury after injury. Like, I mean, I'm not saying, obviously.
Joe Burrow's had injury after injury.
Yeah. Burrow's had injury after injury. But Burrow's had a lot of those injuries. It's like, oh man, it's a season ending, or it's like a multiple game ending injury. Where Luck was like out there, and I'm not a Luck fan by no stretch of the imagination, but he was out there having these crazy injuries and then still getting put out there, just like Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones shouldn't have been out there with what was it? It was a fractured fibula, tibula, something like that. Shouldn't have been out there
basically
playing.
A broken leg.
Let him sit out for a couple games. Let it heal. If you lose those couple games, that's fine. But at least you get your guy back to max strength, or at least better strength. And like I said, with the Luck, lacerated kidney, that's something you shouldn't be out there playing on. Something like that. That's life threatening if you get hit the wrong way.
Yes. Let me just say this about Daniel Jones. This man had a broken leg and was out there, and you get fucked up in football. He was basically a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. I just wanted to say that.
No, exactly. No, I mean, I agree. But, yeah, with Burrow's been the kind of guy that he gets hurt, and then they kind of do load management. It's like, okay, he's hurt, we're going to let him sit. Burrow's kind of guy that, and I don't want to dog him, not dogging his character. I mean, he's a quarterback, so he's tough, but he's one of those guys that he gets an injury, and he's more than likely he's on the bench. He's not a Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford was a dude that got knocked clean out. They tried to tell him, "Hey, you got to get out of the game," and he said, "Hell no, I'm playing." And I think it was against the Cowboys. It was the Cowboys or somebody, and it was when he was with the Lions, and he got back in the huddle and he said, "Hey, I'm winning you guys this game," and he goes out there and wins the game. Where Burrow's the kind of guy, like I said, he's kind of a drama boy. He's kind of a I'm Joe Cool. I'm pretty boy. Look at me with my shades and my little ice tips, and I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback. I mean, He's a hell of a quarterback. Hell, led the team to the Super Bowl. Yeah, you lost to, as I mentioned, Matthew Stafford Rams, but at the same time, he's an attention seeker. Also, who's on his team? Who's his boy from LSU? Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase, also somebody that's not going to take accountability. Those guys aren't taking accountability. They're the type, if something goes on, they deflect and then they make it like it's the rest of the team's problems.
So
So
you're
the thing
saying
is,
Joe Burrow does that?
no, I mean it's just Joe Burrow. Just kind of, if you watch his interviews, it's just very mundane. He's just kind of like, yeah, I guess we gotta try, we gotta do this. He's not one of those guys that's like hyping the locker room up. He's not a football player's football guy. You know what I mean? Like it's what am I gonna do? This is about me, and I'm gonna be mundane. Where you watch some of these guys, there's quarterbacks in the league, and you watch them, and it's like, all right, these guys get their locker room going. Even Mayfield, even Mayfield in Tampa Bay. Yeah, they've been losing, but Mayfield's out there. Love him or hate him, he's gonna take accountability. He's gonna
But
say, hey.
you don't think Joe Burrow was doing that before? Because when he said he was going in the game, that they always had a chance, and people were rallying behind Joe Burrow because of his play and the fact that there was ice in his veins. You don't think people were
I mean,
rallying behind Joe Burrow?
I think it's a little bit different though. Your playing
I don't
ability
think they're
versus
doing it now because they haven't gotten results with Joe Burrow because of some of the ineptitude in different positions and at the front office
here's my
and coaching.
here's my thing. How was you winning games with Joe Flacco, but now you're not
They
winning
were
games?
winning games with Joe Flacco. They were putting up 40 and losing.
I mean, yeah, they was losing some, but they still went in and they beat the Steelers. They beat the Steelers.
They won one game while Joe Burrow was injured. One. That was their only win. What you just brought up was the only win that they had. They were losing with the backup quarterback before they got Joe Flacco, and they were losing until they got Joe Burrow back.
I'm just saying that the team, that locker room is very dysfunctional. That's all I'm saying, man.
Because they have stars and then ineptitude everywhere else.
Yeah, and I think.
So how can you put the accountability on the stars when they've been out there doing their job? Jamar Chase had a 160-yard performance, and they still lost a game.
Because here's the thing, leaders are going to make sure that the team gets their job done. Okay, leaders are going to step up.
But they can't do it by themselves, Darren.
I mean, I get it, but that's where when you look at here's the thing, and I hate to do it, but Jamar Chase is he's toxic to the locker room. When they was asking, he's like I don't know, that's the defense. I'm not on defense. Maybe
It
even
was
if you're
true
not,
though.
yeah, okay, but maybe if you're not on defense, you still talk to your guys. You team build with your team. Even if you're not on defense, think about it. If you're at work and accounts payable, I know you're a swim instructor.
Well, can I say this though? We don't know if they have been doing that. We don't know that.
I mean, but you can see the chemistry, the body language. This is a team that you watch an interview with these guys and they just look defeated, man.
Let me
They
also
just
say this. If they have been doing that, how is he supposed to react?
I don't know, man. It just doesn't seem like a team that's got leaders, man. I mean, here's the thing.
They don't have people in the right
How
places.
about this? Lamar Jackson, that guy is a leader. Okay, I'm gonna give you a leader. When they were losing games, hold on. When they were losing games, what did Lamar Jackson say? What did he tell the team? He told them, he said, hey, we need to take all the ping pong tables and the foosball tables and the air hockey tables and everything else, take them out of the locker room. We're losing. We don't deserve that. We don't deserve to have playtime. It's not playtime. We're here to win football games. We're here to win football games. You got quarterbacks. You've got good quarterbacks that can play on just raw talent. And then you also have quarterbacks and teams that are going to make sure that everybody's on the same page. Hell, Peyton Manning, dude. Peyton Manning, there were times where Peyton Manning would chew out Jeff Saturday because Jeff Saturday was doing bad snaps. Don't be afraid to tell your team members to step the fuck up. That's all I'm saying. I really
That's
don't
something
care.
Patrick Mahomes should be doing. I don't know about Joe Burrow.
I mean, here's the thing with Patrick Mahomes. I think that team. I'm not even going to say nothing. I'm not even going to blame Patrick Mahomes. That team was injury stricken the whole season.
But I mean, Patrick Mahomes was doing his best, and his receivers are dropping passes.
I mean, yeah, but
And
at the
the
end of the
scheme hasn't been what it's been in years past either.
at the end of the day, that's just passes got dropped. That has nothing to do with the chemistry of the team. I mean,
Yes, passes get dropped, but as many as they've been dropping.
I mean, the only thing I'm going to say with the chemistry of that is Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce's been checked out on that team.
Well, he's also old too.
I mean, yeah, he's older, so it's kind of he's at the end of his road. It's he's got maybe one, maybe two more seasons left. If I'm being realistic,
No, he doesn't. I don't think he has that. I think he's done after this year. I think this is it.
I mean, I could agree. I'm saying if we're being realistic, if he's gonna have, I mean, he's not got 5 more years. He's one, if two.
I don't even think he has that, Darren. I think he's got 1 or 2 games because that's about all that's left in the season.
I mean, but at the same time, you got to think about it. You're with Taylor Swift. She's a billionaire. Go live your life. You did what you did. You're gonna get married. And hey, football. You won a couple Super Bowls. You know what I mean. So you're good. You're golden. There's a lot of great players that never won a Super Bowl. You know.
Let's also say this: you don't always get to choose how you go out. Tom Brady went out with a losing record in his last year. You don't always get to go out the way you want. Jason Kelce didn't get to go out the way he wanted. His own brother lost 6 of his last 7 games in an epic collapse after starting the season 10-1.
Yep.
So again, you don't always get to choose how you go out, and to Joe Burrow, you don't always get to choose when people are put in the right places. And I understand he asked for some of this, but the other positions need culpability as well, which makes it hard for me to blame Joe Burrow in this instance, especially because Cincinnati has a history of just ineptitude in general. So,
oh yeah, and I'm gonna tell you this, man. I'm gonna tell you this. Some of it has to deal with like the ownership too, and I'm not talking about coaches. I'm not talking about players. I mean, you got the Texans, and their owner is, he's in the game. Like, literally, I don't know if you saw it. It was kind of actually funny. But the owner went to try to give a high five to C.J. Stroud, and C.J. Stroud missed him, right? And so their PR team, they did a whole video where they was, like, holding their hand out to, like, get a high five from C.J. Stroud. And everybody's, like, moving out of the way, like, no, you're not getting a high five. It's, whoever the owner is. The owner's the one getting a high five. And then eventually it's, like, the owner gives them a high five and shit. And, and that's a team that, they've been playing good. That's a team that you see in the video, it's everybody from the staff. Everybody in the staff and that organization is together. Where you got the Cincinnati Bengals. By the way, I don't know.
People had a lot to say about the Texans when they were 0-3.
I mean, that's true too. But here's the thing: Cincinnati Bengals. I don't know if you know this, but that damn game against the Ravens, yeah, it snowed. I don't know if you know this. They didn't clear off any of the seats with snow. All the seats were snow covered. The owners didn't, they didn't give a damn. They don't care about the fans. And at this point, I don't think they give a damn about the players.
That's
I think
exactly
they said, hey,
why they're losing, Ruben, because they got snow on their seats. That's why they lose football games, because of snow-filled seats. Did you know that?
I'm just saying. I mean, you got fans that don't give a damn about the team, and it's at the point where they're just it's
well,
the whole.
That's why people don't know how to coach, because it snowed on a seat.
It's worse that
somebody ate the yellow snow off the seat, so now people can't coach.
You know how bad it is there that they had a commuter rail that went to the stadium.
Oh, this is off the rails, all right.
And they're ending it January 3rd.
Off the rails.
Yep.
Literally. You thought I was just talking about the show? Nah, you got fooled.
It's like they stopped the trains from going.
So Cincinnati stopped. So they stopped the trains going to the games.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Vikings. I heard them say Minnesota for some reason. I'm
Oh
sorry.
no! Well, hey, I mean, hey, that makes sense too. With
So
Minnesota, I mean,
Yeah.
I just made fun of the Bengals and their train lines for absolutely nothing.
I
Yep.
didn't even know
Yeah.
I didn't even know they had
I
a
heard
train.
Minnesota.
Damn it, man.
That's my
Made me look
bad.
stupid on my own show.
Hey,
Hey, did you hear about the
I don't
Bears?
have to do that, dude. You did it all on your own.
Did you hear about the Bears? The Bears might be moving to Indiana.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, Northwest Indiana, Gary, Indiana. So
Ooh,
I think they might change the name to the Indiana Jacksons.
Indiana Jackson. So they were like,
I haven't even heard this. Indiana Shimon. Indiana Shimons.
Shimon. Indiana Jackson.
Indiana Joneses.
There you go. That's what they should be called. Indiana Jones.
Oh my God. Why would you listen to me?
Dun,
Oh,
dun,
man.
dun, dun,
But-
dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
I'm very excited for these next few weeks of football and to see what happens. I think we had a lot of surprises in the beginning of the season, especially, and we got a lot of people in that MVP race that we never would have projected to be in it. We never would have thought that about Daniel Jones, Baker Mayfield, any of those guys. I don't think people were projecting Dak Prescott to be in it. But it's been a very interesting season with a lot of surprises, and I'm looking forward to see how a lot of these surprises unfold. So, with that being said, just to let everybody know, this is the last Thursday that we will be on the air in 2025. We do have our Christmas show on Saturday as of right now, and that will be our last show in 2025. And our first show in 2026, Thursday, January 8th, same time, same channel. Jackie Cashian will be live with us on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. In the meantime, make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. Help us get to 22,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We cannot thank you enough for all the support you have given us throughout the year. 17,000 subscribers in this year alone.
Woo-hoo.
That's dope.
Thank you guys so
Yes.
much. 100,000 is the goal
Goal.
by the end of next year. I have no idea how we're going to get there yet.
But with your support, we can do it.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But once again, thank you guys so much. We appreciate everything you have done to help this channel grow in 2025, and I'm looking forward to even more of it in 2026. Thank you guys. This has been John BRECKO, Darren Silver, Ruben Rodriguez behind the camera, who apparently we have to be good to. We out. See you Saturday, and then see you in 2026.